arrived in New Orleans. I am here for the Association of Rehab Nurses Conference, their annual conference, and today is October 1st. I'm going to be speaking tomorrow, October 2nd, talking about how to sustain your joy and what's the golden key to your future. So I'm anxious to get downstairs, connect with some folks from the convention, and some good pals. Okay, so I'm here with one of the planning committee members for the convention, Mary Ellen Grogan. Hi.
Hi, Phyllis. How are you?
Good, good. So this is day 2 for you.
Yes, it is.
All right, so tell me what you've been up to. You obviously on the planning committee, getting everybody settled.
Yes, which was a real great experience this year, meeting new people from across the country, and then coming together at the conference and meeting everybody face to face and putting names with faces. It's very, very good. Great experience.
So you're not presenting this year, but
no, I'm not presenting, but I was a moderator this morning. I'm a moderator this afternoon for one of the sessions, and then I'm a leader at the special interest groups on Saturday morning.
Fabulous.
And the topic there is rehab nursing.
Right, and this is not your day job. This is your volunteer to the profession. Your volunteer to the profession. Bless your heart. So, what's the one thing that you would like the rehab nurses to take away from this whole event?
I think the theme throughout the sessions so far is really taking care of ourselves. And we have to take care of ourselves in order to take care of our patients.
Well, you're speaking my language, girl. Okay, I'm really looking forward to a good time.
So am I.
So this is just some of the samples of some of the really great work that a lot of the rehab nurses across the country are doing. Not everybody's a presenter, speaking on a specific topic, but many contribute doing these fine posters about quality research programs and evidence-based practice programs, or just quality initiative programs that they are starting in their facilities. So here's one on bowel management programs of the spinal cord injured patient. We have another one over here that's discussing evaluation of bladder management protocols, again, evidence-based for establishing a national clinical practice standards. And then another one here bringing spinal cord and bowel programs into the 21st century. So again, in order to contribute to your clinical practice doesn't mean that you have to be a presenter. You can bring the fine work that you're doing at your facilities to your professional organizations, and it is invaluable to share these types of evidence-based programs and good work that's being done on the local levels. So here's a really interesting poster on a topic that's near and dear to my heart, which is CAM therapy, which is also known as the Caring Arts Modalities. This one is offered by Camilla Pestone and Ann McEnroe, and they are at the Orange Regional Medical Center in Middletown, New York, and they're actually talking about the project here is the caring modalities, including aromatherapy, salt lamps, guided imagery, Reiki, comfort for the patient, inpatient rehab, all of these complementary therapies that were considered new thinking, new wave therapies, all sorts of funky thinking back in the day, which is now being fully appreciated for what it can add to traditional, or what we would call Western approaches to healing and wellness. Boy, it does my heart good to see a whole poster devoted to this topic, and congratulations, Orange Regional Medical Center. This is fabulous. So I'm sitting with Phoebe Girallo, and Phoebe is having some breakfast, so of course I just walked in on her. And she is working with veterans. She works at the VA, she is from the Philippines, and she has such a compelling story that I asked her if she would share it with us. So Phoebe.
Good morning.
Tell me a little bit about what you do. How long have you been a nurse?
I've been a nurse for 37 years.
Okay.
I graduated from the Philippines.
Okay.
And worked in the Philippines, VA, the Veterans Center. Came to the United States and started working in all of the community hospitals around. When the war erupted, I feel that there is a need that I have to go back and take care of the veterans again. So I went back 10 years ago, and I'm now at VA Hines.
And now you're at VA Hines. Okay. So you are working in the United States in the VA as
Yes.
well. Okay. And you're a rehab nurse.
Yes.
Okay.
I started as a critical care nurse.
You started.
And then I went to spinal cord, and I took over and managed the spinal cord unit. And then now I'm doing rehab with geriatric patients and consult.
Okay. And now you're trying so hard to get our veterans back home, truly home, not just home to the United States from the war, but back home to their families and their neighborhoods and their communities. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. Having an initial contact with veterans in a geriatric setting when a consult is being sent through, we get the opportunity to talk to them, find out what do they need to be able for us to provide the care and be able to get the patient ready to be sent home. We identify their home needs. We identify the family. Is there any support person that could get to help them when we're ready to discharge this patient? And we identify financial needs. So all those criteria we try to look at and evaluate if they could stay longer in our skilled nursing facility when we accept them based on what their potential rehab needs are.
Right.
And being involved with the family, we get to talk to them to really find out if they really could take care of the veterans when they're ready to go home. They would say, no, we can't. The patient lives alone, so we don't drop the ball right there. We really try to continue the care and finding the resources where this patient can really go, where they could be safe and where they could be getting the appropriate
Services that they need. Okay.
We also refer them to the outpatient. There are some services in the outpatient. I go also volunteer with a stand down where we have the homeless veterans. We provide and help them with the care that they would need during the time that they're homeless.
The homeless veterans.
Yes, yes.
Wow,
Very
Phoebe.
touching. I do the stand down because I see them come in and getting shoes, getting slippers, getting coats that are used that they could keep to stay warm during the winter season.
So you're not just being a nurse, you're being a good human being, and you're helping them not only with their health care, but just trying to stay alive and survive.
Yes.
So I'm looking at those beautiful tears of compassion in your eye, and I honestly need to ask you, after 37 years and now doing this and working with people who have served their country and are homeless, how do you take care of yourself? What do you do to keep your compassionate nature alive?
I had started a non-profit organization, the Chicago Nightingales, where we go out and volunteer. Part of that is feeding the starving children. I love to do it. The Greater Chicago Food Depository, we volunteer and put like box food for the areas. The stand down, the veterans, the
But that's you taking care of more people. But what do you do for Phoebe? All right, how does Phoebe?
I cope. I exercise.
Okay.
My son is a triathlete.
Okay.
I go with him whenever he has.
So you're the cheerleader?
Yes. So Saturday, tomorrow, I'm missing his ultra marathon in Madison, Wisconsin. But I just love to do this.
You just love to give.
When I used to work at spinal cord, with all the pains of the patients, they're in a wheelchair and everything. Being a manager, sitting down with them, holding their hand, they said there's a healing touch. Just holding their hand, they come up and say, oh no, I don't have the pain anymore. And I have seen that. So I think initially when I graduated from high school, my mom wants me to be a nurse. No, I don't want to be a nurse. No, that's not my calling. I want to do something else. I have no choice because I have to help the family, so I'll be able to come to the United States. I came and started with nursing. Now looking back, I told my mom, I'm glad you made me be a nurse.
Well,
taking care of veterans.
And I would think 37
patients.
years of your patience, and certainly all those veterans who rely on you now, are not only indebted to you, but indebted to your mom for helping you make that decision as well.
Thank
so
you.
Please.
And my son is a nurse.
Oh,
He
so we're
just-
keeping it in the family. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you
Phoebe,
so
thank
much.
you. Thank you for everything
Oh,
you're
my
doing.
early
Okay.
morning.
All right.
Thank
you bet. Incredible work after incredible work after incredible work. So I think the value of coming to these national conventions, quite frankly, is perhaps not, definitely you're sharing your skills and you're sharing your knowledge, but the inspiration that you should all be taking from each other and just applauding and celebrating the quality of the contribution that rehab nursing makes to the entire profession is outstanding. And I certainly am very proud to be a part of this today.